Welcome to the Heart to Heartland podcast. Here are your hosts.
Hi guys, welcome back to Heartland. I'm Isabelle,
And I'm Soile.
and we're back from a little hiatus that we took last week. Um, yeah, sometimes just not feeling up to it, and takes a lot of time and energy, which we love. But sometimes it's good to take a break. And some of you already know that I am. I'm kind of like living out Tim Fleming's season 11 storyline in my real life right now.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's good and bad days, and I was not having a there was just no I wasn't in any physical or mental shape to film last week. So I'll give you guys more updates on here as as they come. I'm looking to get surgery in the States, so we're just working on it. It's a lot of paperwork, but I'll give you guys updates as it comes, because obviously when it comes time, either you're filming alone or we're taking a break. So
Yeah. Because that was like last week, because I was like ready to go. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know, like, I feel like it's different if it's just me. And I kind of wanted to have you there to kind of talk about these things and react and all that. So I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything solo. So that's why,
It's been a
yeah.
while since we took a break. I don't know how long we've done this
Yeah.
consecutively. It's a lot of fun, but a lot of work, so
Yeah.
it was nice to take a little break. So yeah. Well, do you think we should get like a temporary co-host? Do you think anyone would do that?
I don't know.
Like,
Send those like papers in.
send your resumes in if you want to be a podcast co-host, probably for a
Yeah.
bit, because it's gonna be excruciating. But let's focus on positive right now. We have so many updates that Soila's going to read for us right
Yeah.
now.
So first of all, at this point, the voting for the Canadian Screen Awards Audience Choice nomination thing is over, and I hope you all voted like it was the last thing you could do, because right now we're waiting for the results that are coming Monday, April 4th. So that's the top
Literally a month,
three. Yeah.
making us wait a month, and I don't know why. And the competition is extensive, especially on Twitter. Twitter's kind of brutal for it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised Hudson and Rex was on the top three. Not gonna lie, like I didn't know they had such a huge fan base.
The only reason I've ever even heard of it is because Madison did an episode.
Yeah, same.
I've never seen it. I've that's the only reason I've heard of it. So it was interesting. I thought maybe Murdoch would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was gonna be my guess as well.
Especially considering the new stats lately, which we'll get into, but
yeah. Then last time we talked about season 15 being added to some of Netflix, all over the world. Back then, I was pretty sure that at least UK, Australian, I think Ireland might get it.
So.
But now I saw that people from Latin America were saying that that's going to be added there as well around the same time. So I have a theory. This is not confirmed, but in case you live in the following countries and you're listening to us: Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, India, Japan, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, South Africa, Turkey, France, Greece, and Israel. Could you get back to us? Like, is that a thing that's happening in your country? Because these were the countries where they lost the first 6 seasons. So I have a theory that right now it's the same cycle for them, like season 15 is being added at the same time.
Okay, can you predict when the season 14 and 15 DVD is gonna come out then, since you're...
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's very foggy in my mind. So.
I don't like that answer. Can you try again?
No, something is wrong with the connection.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, but they should be doing that soon, because Yeah. So in case that's coming out for those countries, it's March 19th. But, again, I don't know for sure, but, just check it out. And then speaking of being added somewhere as a season 15, seasons 12 to season 15 are being added to the Finland streaming service, Yle Arena, on March 28th. So that's exciting. I mean, I've seen them all, but it's like I know that there are new fans in Finland that have just first it's their first time being introduced to the show. So I've seen comments like, when are you gonna add more seasons? So that's exciting because it has never happened before. I mean, I know there are a few Finnish fans out there, but since it hasn't been on any streaming service in a while,
Yeah.
not a lot of people have.
What's the cost for that?
It's
Is it
free
free?
because it's government or
Oh,
not
is it like a
government.
channel?
It's like funded by our taxes.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
I
So
wish my
it's
tax
free.
did stuff like that.
Yeah. So basically, I'm paying for them to add more Heartland seasons in a way.
Good job paying your taxes.
Yeah. Then Up Faith and Family had this favorite Amy moments thing, but it's like it was only for a few days that they had the option to vote. But basically, 5 winning moments will be read by Amber on video, and I think this might be released around the time season 15 is gonna start airing on App Faith and Family, but no date.
Next week, I think.
Yeah, so probably gonna come out next week as well. And then, yeah, so we have some sad news because Murdoch Mysteries has overthrown Heartland as the Canada's longest running hour-long drama.
Normally it's me who doesn't know how to speak English, so
Yeah.
thank you for taking that.
I mean,
But yeah, that's incredibly discouraging and it doesn't really make sense when you look at the numbers online.
yeah,
Because why is Murdoch getting 24 episodes a season and the Heartland's getting 10? And sure, maybe it has a lot to do with production costs, but wasn't it not the 5th most streamed
yeah.
show of
So
2021? You think they'd have a little more of a budget for it?
yeah, I'm just gonna read the little part about Heartland from this article that we're gonna link in the description. The Calgary-based family drama Heartland actually began half season earlier than Murdoch Mysteries in the fall of 2007. Murdoch premiered as a series. There had been 3 previous TV movies with different cast on City TV in January of 2008 and now has more total episodes than Heartland. This past season, a whopping 24 were ordered, stretching Murdoch's run of new episodes throughout the fall and winter. That followed several season orders of 18 and 19. Heartland used to do 18 a year, but the past 3 seasons it has been cut back to 10 episode orders. Murdoch's 233rd episode aired on Monday, February 28th, surpassing Heartland's total 232.
All that work for nothing. Now Heartland is not even the longest running drama in Canadian history anymore, so that's depressing.
Yeah.
But like seriously though, I don't know a single person who watches Murdoch. Do you?
I mean, I think someone from the group chat was watching.
Was it Stephanie? I don't know.
Yeah, but I think
No, sorry,
that's
I'm
it.
not dissing it. Oh god, I'm gonna get canceled for this, but seriously. No
But it's
hate.
interesting, like 24. Like
I know,
even
that's like American stuff.
that,
Like, I
because
don't
like
think he's ever even done that before.
because they've had 18 and 19, but this is like
Uh-huh.
24, which is like
A
huge.
lot. It's huge.
Yeah, but sad times for Heartland.
Yep.
Yeah. Then moving on, there are a couple of podcasts that the cast have been doing. For Harlan Marquis' podcast, Gary James has a new episode up, and then Cindy Busby did Hearts of Stars podcast. So we're gonna link those in the description as well, in case you're interested in listening. And then Kevin McGarry, Mitch, of course, has a movie coming out called Feeling Butterflies. It's, of course, a Hallmark movie. It's going to come out on the same day this episode comes out, so March 12th. I think it was like 7 or 8 or something like that. But it has a co-star that's not only familiar from When Calls to Heart, but is actually his girlfriend in real life as well. So
Ew.
yeah, so you would think that there's gonna be chemistry.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
Speaking of premiere, I know what I totally just realized about Alicia's film is premiering in Toronto.
Oh,
That I totally forgot about. Yeah, did you? Okay, now I gotta pull that up.
is it like a film festival or?
Yeah, I believe it's online though. You can like rent it online. I'm trying to find it. I was gonna mention it because I'm actually gonna buy it or whatever to watch it.
So it's We're All in This Together, right?
Correct. Yeah. It's getting its Toronto premiere. I would absolutely die if Alicia showed up.
And I think Madison is in it as well.
What?
I think she's
Yeah.
credited for that as well. Let me check.
Now I'm trying to figure out where I even saw this because I don't even know. I had it saved on my phone. I don't know why. Well, speaking of Alicia, she's alive and she's blonde.
Yeah, and she's good at makeup if that's her doing.
She's just absolutely perfect. I'm sorry, but she is. It
Ye-
makes me sick. I'm just kidding. I love you so much, Alicia.
Yeah, Madison is in the movie and she's called Tanya.
How did I not know that? Is that because they never posted pictures on set? Were they
No,
never on set together?
there's no pictures, so I was like skeptical at first, but then it kept showing up and I was like, so it's actually true? Because I think she's
crazy.
even credited like as one of the first people, when there's like starring Alicia Newton, like
What the? How did?
so more reason for you to buy it
I
or
know.
rent it or whatever you're gonna do.
I'm trying to find it. If you wanted to talk about something, I'll just find it.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna mention this, but I'm gonna have to have your opinion about it because it's
Okay.
like all
I'm listening.
Greek to me. Because one of the
Okay.
Spencer twins, Emmy, did Save on Foods ad, and it was just basically like they had built a snowman, and then some delivery person came, and it was like, okay. So I don't know anything about this store, but apparently it's like familiar to you because you live in Canada.
So I used to live in Banff, and when we go grocery shopping, there was a Save on Foods and a Safeway, and in Banff, Safeway is definitely the more classy store. It's more expensive and it's And then there's Save on Foods, which is still nice, but it's fairly cheap, and you can get a rewards card and get basically everything half off. I still have mine. It's somewhere. So I made like a joke that it's for the working class, and some people thought it was funny, some people didn't. So I shop at Save on Foods. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm one of the working class. I was making fun of us working class. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a reply for it, but people were just genuinely confused, and I'm like, I'm sorry that you don't understand my humor. It's real. I feel bad for you. I really do.
It takes some practice to kind of
Oh my
be
God,
able to know when you're joking and when you're like being serious.
Sorry guys, I should have put joking in brackets. That's my fault.
Yeah, but speaking of Madison, actually, she's nominated for Best Lead Performance at the Horror Hound Film Fest for The Last Christmas, this horror movie that she did a couple of years ago, and the winners will be announced on March 25th till 27th, somewhere around that time frame, because that's when the film festival is happening. And then the last update that we have is a new video from Amber, Rambling Rides with Amber. It's not even that long ago that she posted the previous one, but this was more about the new merch she has on her online store. Right. So this was more like an update, quick update thing.
So she was showing or talking about her new silk scarves that she has on her website. So I don't know if it's temporarily available or how long they're going to be available for. So make sure to check that out if that's something that you're interested in.
Yeah, and she has new hoodies that kind of go along with the scarves and her caps, if that's your kind of thing.
I love her purple hoodie. I'm obsessed with that color. Okay, I found it. How to watch Canadian Film Fest. So yeah, I think it's actually all online. So you can either get it through your cable provider, Amazon Prime Video. You have to add Super Channel, and then Apple TV, select Super Channel. So you have to pay for it either way. It's not a lot if you already have a subscription. And then I'm gonna find the info for.
But it's kind of nice that it gives access for those who might not be able to attend for if that was an actual thing, physical thing happening.
That should be available worldwide, or is that just is it going to be geo-blocked? I don't know. Do you have Amazon Prime? Do you have Prime Video?
I think we might, but I'm not using it, so I'm not sure. I think we might, though.
Anyone who has Prime Video or Apple TV outside of Canada, see if you can get Super Channel, because I'm curious to know if this is universal or just Canadian. So this was sent in the group chat. Lee said, I hope Cable gets the respect he deserves from Tim. So, love that for Cable.
Yeah. I mean, there's regular TV and then there's cable and yeah, so I hope
Tim gives Cable respect that it deserves. Yeah. Maybe he was like obsessed with Netflix or something.
Maybe.
Okay, this one's from 6 years ago. And this is in regards to the season 9 premiere and the opening scene, Ty and Amy in the trailer living together for the first time. Okay.
Wow.
James said, I know, oh my God, how romantic, sleeping in a tin can with all your clothes on, unrealistic. To which Josh replied, would you expect this show to have them in a mansion and naked? To which Calorie Packs replied, they both seem to be wearing sweats and shirts. Typical sleepwear for most people. And that was the end of that conversation.
I was trying to think something funny for this week's episode, or actually last week's, but like now it's this week's episode for us to talk about, because I don't know, I think we need something lighthearted right now. And I was thinking, like, because I remember I used to have a lot of Heartland related dreams. I don't remember them now, but I was trying to dig up some that I know that I had written down. And so I also asked from you all if you have ever had Heartland related dreams, because I feel like, especially if you were watching the show a lot, like they get into your brain and then it's like, oh, it's Amy, like whatever. And I found this one that was like way back when they did Cruise with a Cause. And it was like this intense week of them posting, the cast posting something every day.
Right.
So I remember being very involved with, you know, them posting videos and pictures and all that stuff. So I wrote this down back then. Just remembered I had a Heartland dream. I was going to go for this charity thing where Graham and Amber also attended. It was kind of like Cruise with a Cause, but instead of motorcycles, we were supposed to ride horses for a week or something. I remember I had a hard time getting on the horse while Amber and Graham were all ready. I was so embarrassed, but the one weird detail I recall is Graham wearing hipster glasses. Like, what the hell? And then another dream I had was, I had a dream about Alicia having pictures from the set where Jessica, I think Emily, was dressed up as a chef and telling how much fun they had while filming. Like, what the hell? Anyways, so
those are very oddly specific.
yeah, but it's like I have no recollection of ever having those dreams.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Anyways, then Afia sent her dream, or one of her dreams, because she keeps having Heartland related dreams and we always talk about them. She said, I think the family was at Fairfield for some event and Lisa was talking to an older client who was also there. And they were talking together, and eventually Lisa pointed to a house on the property and said to meet here tomorrow for the beginning of tomorrow's event. And the lady's like, huh? This is my house. And the whole clip was on Netflix or something, like a mini trailer to get people interested in the show and watch more. And she in a dream, she said to her sister, hey, they used a good clip. Like, what the...
Oh my God. I don't like, it's like squirrel, like,
yeah.
That's...
But then it's always funny, like in dream it makes total sense, like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, the good thing is we can't really control our dreams, so you can't blame us for these things, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know who to blame, but not us.
Yeah, but it's like funny to think that Netflix would have that as like a teaser trailer, like Lisa says something like, meet me here tomorrow.
It's probably better than the one that they have, sorry, but like...
Yeah. And then and Mary Catherine said, I had several Heartland related dreams. I have had, sorry. But last week I must have dreamt that season 16 was announced because I woke up with the inclination that it was announced at the top of my mind. They must have been like, oh, so still no word. And then Lisa shared, I had a dream that for some reason they were filming in the UK and I stumbled across them filming the show. And I think
like the show filming in UK.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Yes, please. Okay.
So I got a text from Nina about a dream that she had. So she said, follow up on my dream with Alicia. I dreamt we literally went riding and she was on her mare and I was on a flame. Jumped, untacked, hung out, and chilled. And then I woke up and I was so sad that it was a dream. Like,
Yeah.
those were the absolute worst. Okay. I'm going to tell you about this dream I had because all of these comments are making me my dream feel normal. And this is the only one I can recall having it. I'm sure I've had many, and I should go back through my journals because I'm sure there are some, and you just reminded me of that. Okay, so one time I dreamt, for whatever reason, I was like stuck in a roundabout, and because I don't know why, and there was someone directing traffic. And do you want to know who was directing traffic in my dream?
Sean, maybe?
No, Jessica Steen.
I mean, why not? Your brain made.
Okay, Soile just called Heartland Dreams little fanfic.
Like, so desperate for content.
Okay. So maybe we should do a Heartland Dreams Part 2 episode. So if this is flickering any memories,
Yeah.
embarrass yourself and send them in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As the last thing for this week, we have something from you because
Okay, this is exciting because we've been talking over the last few months about the Heartland books because Jenna kind of inspired me to finish my collection because she has such an extensive collection of the Heartland books. And we've also talked about how rare and exclusive the Amy's Journal book is. So one of our viewers and dear friends, Lisa, we got 2 copies of Amy's Journal for next to nothing, mind you, and then sent me one. These don't exist, people. They don't make these anymore. I don't know how she found one, let alone 2, and then sent one to me.
And then, because you were telling me about it, I had to go and check. It was like 2 a.m. in the middle of the night.
God. Why were you responding to me at 2 a.m.?
I don't know. But anyways,
sleep.
I do. I try to, but sometimes, I'm just like, I can't stop scrolling. So I went and looked if I have the book because I was like, I don't know, that doesn't look familiar. And I didn't have that. So I Googled if they had even released it in Finland. And I don't think so. At least I didn't find any information. So this is like, I think I have everything else but this.
You know what? I'm wondering if they never even released it anywhere but the UK, because I believe that aren't the writers from UK?
Oh, maybe.
So maybe they only released it in the UK.
That might be.
I don't know why I think that they're let me Google.
Because the way I had the first Heartland books, the previous the last ones I bought from different places, but the way I got them was through this horse book club thing that was, I think, Norwegian, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, they're from the UK.
That explains.
So I'm wondering if it was like an exclusive, because you really can't find a lot of info about it online, so I'm not sure. But it could be the reason why you can't find them anywhere.
It's interesting that they wrote the books that are set in Virginia, but at the same time, maybe because of the natural horsemanship, because UK is very like English, obviously, so maybe it felt more fitting to have them live in Virginia instead of like somewhere in the UK.
Okay, so it was released February 20th, 2003. So I was 4 years old when this book came out.
Baby.
A little baby. But I can't find where exactly it was released. I'm going to, because I'm curious now. It doesn't say. Anyways,
So I wonder, like, how much would that actually be? Like, because we know that the normal books are expensive, so
right.
that's even more rare.
I told my mom about it. She's like, well, why don't you sell it? And I'm like, what? What? I mean, it could probably pay for my brain surgery, but
But
no, I wouldn't do that.
the longer you keep it, does it get more?
Clearly,
Yeah.
like, this is insane. So, Lisa, when you listen to this, I need you to do some research and see, since you're in the UK, if you can find any info on if it was released solely in the UK, because I have a feeling that that's the case.
Does the book say a publisher or like?
Well, it's Scholastic, but it's UK. It says UK right there.
Does it have like on the first page or like how many they've printed or something? No.
It says it was
First edition?
it was printed in London, UK.
Okay.
If that makes a difference.
Does it say?
This edition was published in the UK by Scholastic Limited 2006.
Okay, so there we go.
So I do have a 10-digit number, 13-digit number, and then there's another digit number down here.
Truly Sherlock Holmesing.
Oh my god.
This.
So anyways, there are a lot of cool things in this book that I'm going to talk about. And season 8, they had kind of like an online version of Amy's journal to share with the fans. So I did some comparison to the original Amy's journal and then the online version of Amy's journal. Unfortunately, the book has a lot better with its detail. Obviously, because it's a book. Because as I was reading the links that you sent me, they were kind of more descriptions of the episode instead of the different methods or herbs that, that kind of the whole Marion situation. It wasn't, it didn't feel like it was a horse whisperer writing about the experience with the horse. It was more kind of like
a diary type of thing,
and it was about the person. It wasn't really about the horses like this book is. This book directs solely on the horse and the experience, and there's a chapter about learning about Joanna, there's a chapter about tea touch, there's a chapter about aromatherapy and other remedies. Like this is a real
like legit,
this is kind of like a real actual journal. Correct. So like there's the methods we use most at Heartland: lavender, tea tree oil, pine, black pepper, stuff like that. And none of that is in the online version. There was, however, one mention, let me pull it up here, in 817, the Amy's Journal online entry for episode 817, they mention using a herb called Devil's Claw. I checked the book, it's not in here, but that's the only reference that the online Amy's Journal has for herbs and remedies, which is kind of strange, especially when you realize the whole show is supposed to be based on.
I feel like they kind of forgot about that side of Amy's,
That's what this book made me realize. Like, this feels like Amy, the Amy Fleming that I grew up with. Whoever wrote the online entries, it was just like,
I think
I don't know.
I remember it being like somewhere being said that the writers kind of wrote that as like a summary of the episodes or whatever.
I think it would have been interesting to either have Amber write them from a perspective as a horsewoman, or for them to take excerpts out of here, because it would have worked. A lot of the stuff in here,
maybe they don't have that book,
have access to it. Oh my god, right? But no, I'm incredibly thankful for this. So it's insane. It's crazy.
Now they can call you and they're like, "Can you check something for me, please?"
No. So there, not chapter 9. Oh, see, there's another page for alternative remedies. They have different seeds like mint, garlic. Like, it's just really cool stuff. Like, it's what I imagined Marion's journal to be.
Yeah.
And they talk a lot about Marion's remedies. That's where, like, the perspective of Amy in the book is writing about the things that her mom taught her, which is what
That's
kind of how it
just
started. Which
really cool that they even thought to kind of do that, because it's not like, from what
It's
I
very
understand,
smart.
it's not like your typical kind of novel. It's just like,
It's not.
here's
It's
stuff that you might find interesting.
This is what I thought,
Yeah.
Chapter 11 is called Heartland Recipes, which is crazy because, like, you think about recipes on the show, you have Jack's stew,
Yeah.
and then there's that Saskatoon berry pie. Like, those, everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that.
Yeah.
But the recipes are a lot different in the book. So there's Grandpa's
Cooking
breakfast
show
muffins.
with, is it?
Shut up. No. Oh my god, I kind of want to do that. Guys, should I cook Grandpa Jack's breakfast muffins, or should I make Amy's chicken pot pie?
You have
sorry.
that new Remy in your life? The little rat
Oh, my
from
rat?
Ratatouille?
Yeah. Oh my god. And then Mom's pecan pie and Heartland's special brand mash. So, like, this stuff is insanely detailed. But the thing is that I was gonna make a pecan pie, so maybe I should just make this one.
You should. And let us know if it's any good.
In the final chapter is called A Day in the Life of Heartland, and it literally goes through Amy Fleming's schedule.
I want that book.
It was, the last chapter is actually called A Tour of Heartland, and it has descriptions of everything. So
this is,
yeah, it's insane.
What I've been wanting to, like, because when I write fan fiction, I have to be like, okay, so what kind of herb would Amy use, and what does this do, and like, what time does she get up, and what does she do during the day? Like, it's all in there.
Do I need to scan it and then, like, send it to you? Because I can scan it into a computer and then send it to you.
I mean,
it's a great reference for almost everything.
Yeah,
like, I've just dived in to the basics of it. Like, there's a lot more to it, and you wouldn't think it because it's not that thick, but there was a couple of small things I like to mention. The dedication. It says, to Linda Chapman, who is one half of Lauren Brooke. Without her, Heartland's story would never have been told. With love and thanks.
Well, no
shit.
Yeah.
But that's interesting, though, because does that mean that Linda didn't write this book, or was Beth Chambers the one who just wrote this and dedicated?
Mention Beth Chambers. Then maybe, yeah.
So I have a lot more questions, I think, after reading it, but
thanks for a chapter or whatever you want to call it, have like other people, like maybe a specialist who knows about this stuff, like,
oh yeah, there's
because I doubt that they were like, I just pulled this up from different places, and I hope it's correct.
There's so much, like, I have so many bookmarks I haven't gone through, but the funniest part right at the beginning before chapter 1 starts, P.S. at Heartland we use alternative therapies to complement conventional veterinarian medicine. If your horse is ill and starts acting strangely, the first thing you should always do is call a vet. And then chapter 1 is how I discovered Join Up, and it talks about the first time Amy watched her mom do Join Up in detail, and then how I learned to read horses' faces. It's because sometimes what I like about it is they don't necessarily diss modern medicine, but sometimes different remedies work for different situations. Which,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
First show. This part was crazy to me. They talk in depth about Tim Fleming and like the history between, you know, Marion and Tim. Where is it? Oh,
Seriously?
yeah. Tim and Marion Fleming are best known as show jumping's golden couple, and now their talent seems to be shining through to the next generation. Last month, Horse Life Sarah Johns caught up with the family at their yard in Gloucestershire. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Lisa's gonna come for you, I'm sure.
I know, Lisa, stop. Okay, stop. No, don't let Elfie see this, Lisa. Keep your son away from my podcast. So it goes into detail about how he got into an accident while jumping, which is different on the show, because this is definitely more the English side of horses and riding, obviously, because it's kind of set in the UK. And then the show took it and made it into a Western.
Yeah.
Which is, but yeah, it's a lot of this still resembles a lot of the show too. It really does.
Yeah,
like the Mary and Tim thing, it's like besides the fact that it's an English riding situation, it's still the exact same storyline they used on the show for Tim and Marion's relationship, how they were very close, they were a perfect family until the accident in which they got divorced because of Tim Fleming's use of, you know, substance abuse. So
didn't Tim end up in a wheelchair, or after the accident?
In the book or in the show, you mean?
In the book.
Oh my god. Okay, I can find it. It's right here. There was a literal chapter on it. The part that I think my favorite part of this whole book is there's a chapter called newspaper clippings, and it has different news articles in the Heartland world about the Miracle Girl and Tim Fleming and stuff. I've never seen anything like it before.
I'm so jealous. So on the Wikipedia page, it says Timothy Tim Fleming, Lou and Amy's father. Tim and Amy have not seen each other since Amy was 3. That's different from the show as well. But the relationship evolves as the series progresses. He left Amy's mother and her family after he was hurt in a riding accident. Tim was paralyzed in his accident. He's now in a wheelchair.
Wait, permanently?
That's what I'm trying to...
No, I didn't see any of that here.
After some time, Tim evidently began to regret leaving Marion, Amy, and Lou. He found out where they were living, and he sent a letter asking forgiveness, which Marion did not respond to. So that's similar to the show. After Marion's death, he comes to visit Lou and Amy in the book Thicker Than Water. And Amy finds out she is closer to her father than she thinks. He's now married to Helena and has another daughter, Lily.
Oh my god, so this is Shane 2.0 or something.
Yeah. But I'm just, because that kind of changes.
Okay, I found it.
Things.
I found it. The accident left him temporarily paralyzed but unable to compete again.
Okay, because I was wondering about that. Like, is it permanent or temporary?
Because I feel like I would have remembered that if it was permanent.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point. Yeah, so I could go on forever. I'll have to send you the links, but it was it was just like, I'm like, it just feels like I'm holding the original Amy's Journal. Like, this started the show, you know?
Imagine if they had that written in like handwriting kind of.
Oh, stop! I would die.
Or
oh my god.
Type.
So if this came out, and according to this edition was published in 2006, that's when they were filming the pilot.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so nostalgic right now.
Yeah. Like
But they do so
I
much.
wish they would go back to more of that kind of
The
stuff.
roots.
Yeah. Like
I miss like the herbs and the remedies, and I'll go look in my mom's journal and see if there's I miss it so much. Like, when's the last time we saw Amy writing in her journal on the show? Like,
Yeah.
Tyga gave her a journal in season 3, and it was kind of like, and I loved that. I loved her following in her mom's footsteps, which is supposed to be the whole show.
Yeah, and I get
If you think
that
about it.
she's like very capable and knows a lot about,
Absolutely.
but sometimes you just draw a blank and you need that kind of like
Mhm.
reminder, like, oh yeah, of course, like how did I not realize this and that? So
Because lately it seems like all of the horse problems have to do with either
owner.
the owner, or it's something that doesn't require like medical attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting. I really want them to get more in depth with the horse stuff if we get season 16.
Yeah, or she could be like, wait, this is how I would usually do it, but then
Yeah.
something else worked, and she would be like, I have to add this to my journal because it's something new that I've learned through working.
I would love it if for some reason Amy's in, the barn office and she just comes across her old journal. Like, I would die for it to feel like season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 14 was even amazing. Like, I loved
Yeah.
it. Season 15 didn't have it, unfortunately, but
I think
we'll see.
it might even make me a little bit emotional if she was like,
Oh my god.
wait, I haven't
Yep.
had this out in a while, and then she was like, oh, like reminiscing and whatnot.
Oh my god. There's so many possibilities. Oh,
Yeah.
I know. If you're listening to this, Heather, remember all the good things I've done.
Forget if there are any.
Forget everything else.
Yeah.
Forget it. This is a really good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're gonna promise you the fans are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please.
Even like, if we don't have to get writing credits, but they should just have us on speed dial and be like, what do you think about this?
Yeah,
What
and
should
we're
we do
like,
with this character? Yeah, exactly. I think we would be really good at it.
like old gladiator style, like, no, yes,
Literally.
no.
Just send back a thumbs up or a thumbs down emoji.
Yeah, like, oh, scrap it.
Oh, but no, kudos to them, because having to be the same writer on a show for that long, you probably don't know where to start half the time. So, no, please, they'll call us. Should we put like a 1-800 number?
Yeah, like in the middle of the night, I'm like, who the hell is calling me? Like, I'm not gonna pick that up.
Heather, what do you want?
It's time to say that the reminder that I keep telling you every week, and every week you're never listening. So I'm telling you again, keep your noses clean.
And your powder dry. And thank you, Lisa, for sending me the rarest book on the planet. God bless.